the CDS, okay, that so thing was going on. And they would want him to intervene. And that one said, okay, yeah, I worked on it. Just hang on, I worked on it. Wike waited for maybe half an hour. He didn't get any response from the CDS. What did he do? He jumped straight into his convoy. If you see that convoy, by the way, Wike's convoy be like presidential convoy. He's got dispatch riders. Yeah, 4 bikes, like 4 bike men, dispatch riders doing wow in front of him. Then the convoy. But that didn't kind of like intimidated the soldier, right? So Wike, part of his own media sort of like chat, yes, not chat, media press, whatever, yesterday, right, was that some people are trying to possibly get rid of him simply because he is doing a stellar job. He's doing a wonderful job. And some people feels like they are too powerful to follow the law. In as much as he's concluded his standoff with those guys from that site, he's already moved all his equipment and demolition stuff and all that. They've left the place, right? But to Wike, if this is going to be the game, well, it would be willing to, I don't know if you probably will, right? But he said, I would continue to step on people's toes, people like these military guys. So I've got here part of that. This is not what we've shared on the platform yet, right? So this is part of his chart yesterday, defending his action, feeling remorseful, but at the same time snapping out of it, like daring as well. All of that in this clip. Please watch.
So don't go there because you were former this, you were former that. Nobody does that. So those who are writing, who are talking junks, go and find out what really happened. Some people say, I said the boy here is fool. And what I meant was this. You cannot be carrying out an illegal order. That's what I meant. I didn't say military fool. I couldn't have said that. I know the role of the military. The role they have been playing in this country. What they have passed through in fighting insurgents and terrorism. There's nobody. And I've always given my support to security agencies. As I came as FCT minister, go and see their security minister. Go and see what I provided for them to fight and do their work. So if I know that, why would I say that it's not true? But you, what you're doing, you are not doing what you are taught as an officer. The mere fact you're an officer does not mean that if you do what's wrong. It's like a professor in the university who will not allow young girls to rest. Or we will not allow people every time bring money for this and that. Then when I see that professor, I will tell that professor, you're not supposed to be a professor at all. Even those who tell you a professor, no, the question, how did they give you? Because you are carrying out something that's not expected of you. Not expected of you. So I hope you will report us well. You won't go and cut off what part of what I said and join it on another wood, because that's what you will do now. Tell your bosses to go and read and do what they call it investigative journalism. Part of the legal function, taxpayers' money, protecting slaves. It has come to that level now. If you're a former military officer, they attach security to you. It's to protect your life, to follow you. It's not to go and do illegal job now. If you have a problem with government, you write to government and say, look, see. Government will have to, okay, this man has some division now. What do we do? How do we resolve the matter? You give that respect. But not to intimidate government officials or intimidate me as a minister. I will not do that kind of thing. I will not do it. If it is this position, don't take it. But I want not to thank and respect and follow Mr. President for even considering me fit and born to do this job. And I know if I'm living here today, I'm going with my shoulders high. That I've done what I'm supposed to do. I'm not a very minister. No, I'm not. I am not a minister who doesn't know his onions. I'm not. I do. I'm well grounded to know what is good, what is not good. I'm well grounded to know my left and my right. I'm not here to make everybody happy. And nobody can make everybody happy. Even in your houses, you cannot make everybody happy. Even your children, you can't satisfy everybody. You take the decision, it will not be palatable with your person. But you have to take a decision. That's leadership. If you like, pay journalists money, let them appear on channels. Pay them money, let them write on the newspapers. These are not people I listen to. Those are wounded politically. I will continue to wound you. That injury will still be there. So anytime you wake up, you see the political injury against you, you know it's me. I have no regret to. I will continue to be. I have no regret that I supported President Tinubu. I have no regret because I know that he possessed the leadership to turn around this country. And because I'm not from a particular place, therefore I cannot do my work. No. All of us, this country belongs to all of us. All of us. If you do the right thing, every day, Abuja is changing. They've started our Abuja master plan. And people are now saying, okay, we have to stop this the starting of Abuja plan, master plan. Yeah, and so the press, even if you are paid, also have conscience. This story I'm carrying, am I right? Am I correct? Is it true? No investigative journalism. Nobody does that again. Nobody reads. Go and find out what is the situation. What happened? Before you come and feed lies to members of the public. Go and ask what happened. What are the facts? Stop this because you have a platform. You talk anyhow. You talk anyhow. I'm not this kind of person that, if you like, carry from 7 a.m. to 7 a.m. Waste your time, discuss about Wike. Yeah, waste your time. Because I don't even bother myself. I thought my conscience is clear that I'm doing the right thing. I will do it. If it will cost me my job, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I'm happy if I'm living that I did the right thing. It's okay. Did I perform? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Will you still remember me? Yes. Yes. I will continue to step on toes. Well, people have given them notice of 2 weeks. Is it not correct? President appealed. We should extend. We extended. To almost going to 1 year now. Tomorrow, now, when you want to inform now, they will go and bring military. Is that the way we continue to run a place, to continue to behave? Now you won't go and pay. By the time the authority go and enforce now.
Nuisance, Lele. Nuisance, Lele.
I know it can be boring, right? With a Wike or annoying? Well, the thing is this: whatever pressure they are putting him on, or whatever pressure he feels he's on, is actually like he put that on himself. If you ask me, there's so many people that want to see Wike destroyed. Sometimes I kind of feel like why, right? Because it's just got that personality that if you want to understand, and I actually think I do know why. I can give you some instances why a lot of people genuinely not destroyed like that, right? But they want him to actually face justice in this, I mean, this life. Here you get. So that is why most of the time it may seem that a lot of people are looking for news about him, you know. So when you look at those who are in PDP, I'm not saying all of them, or here you get. But when you see those who are in PDP that want to see him destroyed because of what he did to their party, they blame him. When you see the survivors of Obigbo massacre that Wike coordinated, where hundreds of people were slaughtered in their homes when he declared almost 2 weeks curfew. Who does that? Wike declared 2 weeks curfew after NSAS killings, right? And then the NSAS came to an end. But the killings didn't stop there. In River State, there's a local government called Bibu, right? Where Wike personally invited the military to this part and told them that they were IPOB members who were behind NSAS at the time. So what did the military do under Bokwari? They moved in. They moved in combat style, courtesy of Wike. And Wike as a government, as a governor, declared an endless curfew. People couldn't go out. They couldn't go to work. They couldn't, resupply their own needs in the house, like restock. They were stocking their houses and the soldiers were going from house to house. They were dragging people out, executing them. Many people are still missing till today. So those ones would love to see him face justice eventually, right? And then maybe others who witnessed the barbarism that took place in Rivers State in 2023 elections. Wike went over and above, but in order to ensure that he secured a place in Tinubu's regime. So that too, are those who are waiting for the come out that. And then the current ongoing land grabbing in Abuja. These guys that said, implementing government policy of Abuja master plan. All of them have always been like executing Abuja master plan. Meanwhile, it's actually a disguise for land grabbing. So those victims, retirees who lost their homes, and they were not given the chance to actually, keep their homes, because the intention is not for them to keep the homes. They want them out, and they've chased thousands of them away. They've become homeless. So, yeah, that's some good reasons why a lot of people feel like we're Wike's end will be televised. But it keeps explaining.
Now, comments on the man I described yesterday as Yomonile.
Right, I'm actually going to let you listen to Abati. That's Abati, commenting on the same matter.
Now, comments on the man I described yesterday as Yomonile of the Federal Capital Territory, who thoroughly embarrassed the President of Nigeria while pretending to be exercising delegated authority. This morning, I've also said he comes across as APC's political bouncer in the People's Democratic Party. Hence, he's trying to impose himself on that party to serve the purpose of a fifth columnist within the People's Democratic Party. So that ties the two subjects together. However, he was on television characteristically yesterday, paid, adverts for himself, in which he was saying that he respects the rule of law. Now, I don't think that is true. if the minister respects the rule of law, he cannot be selective in terms of the rule of law that he respects. When he was governor in Rivers State, did he respect the rule of law? In his attempt to say, as he insisted yesterday, that he wants to preserve the integrity of the Abuja master plan, going to pull down people's buildings, going to attack estates, is that respect for the rule of law for a man that is an officer in the temple of justice as a legal practitioner? Now, this same man says he's respecting the rule of law. Why is it that a person who says he respects the rule of law will be selective in his respect for the rule of law? There are many court judgments regarding to this Abuja master plan. The minister of the Federal Capital Territory chooses the kind of law that he wants to respect, the one that he doesn't want to respect. That in itself is an abominable, unacceptable behavior. That's number one. So he's saying he respects the rule of law. That's a lie. Number two, he said that he has no problem with the military and that he respects the military because he knows what the military is doing, and that if he has any problem with the military, he knows where to go, but he doesn't believe in confrontation. Maiyegun Wike saying that he does not believe in confrontation. He even confronts journalists.
Yes.
Not realizing that you don't fight a man or people who have platforms. You will lose in the long run. So disrespecting the media, the military establishment, confronting the military establishment, that's precisely what he did. And by so doing, I insist, I repeat, that he exposed the president, commander-in-chief of the armed forces, to utter embarrassment. And that is something that I think that the president of Nigeria should still address, one way or the other. And it is as follows. He says, okay, he respects the military, he doesn't disrespect any institution. This is after it was reported yesterday on the front page of a Punch newspaper that the generals are fuming. There is no general that is supporting Maiyegun Wike. They are all supporting Officer Yerima. They say he's disciplined, they said he was polite, they said he showed professionalism. The CDS is behind him. Minister Matawale has spoken also in his defense and in defense of the military. The Minister of Defense, Minister Badaru, has also spoken in defense of the military. The Inspector General of Police has told his men that, look, nobody should go and use you to pull down other person's buildings in Abuja without a court order. In other words, the Inspector General of Police is also saying that what Minister Wike did was unlawful, was a resort to self-help, and law enforcement officers wearing the police uniform should not do that. So Minister Wike says he respects the rule of law. So he's the only one who is redefining, recharacterizing, positioning his conduct. I think that the time has come for the president of Nigeria to call him to order.
Yes.
To say that there is something about decorum in terms of the behavior of public officers. He could have used a court order.
Yes.
If there are court orders, he could have respected those court orders. And whether the land was in the possession of a former chief of air staff or naval staff or whatever, nobody is above the laws of the land. And no minister has the powers to intimidate everybody. He says he doesn't like intimidation, that nobody can intimidate a government. All of us exist under the rule of law. And by conduct, ministers who have been given the opportunity to serve by President President Tinubu must also conduct themselves in a decorous manner. No minister has the powers to come and dictate to everybody. You dictate to the media, you dictate to the military.
He will be telling you the questions to
on
ask
the basis
in
of
his
what?
media chats. He'll be telling you questions to ask.
Abati, don't vex. Yeah. Again, everybody is kind of like a questioning with a Wike's character here. That's the point. Okay? So in what is called the rule of law, it can be a little bit like slow to your liking. But at the same time, your job is to protect it. And you are meant to wear it like a virtue. as a government official that you can't abruptly just take things into your own hands because you can. Because he did that when he was governor. He didn't give a damn. Who's that? If you don't agree with Wike, get out of here. Sort of. Because according to him, yeah, he said he's human. He's got feelings. That people shouldn't expect him not to actually like